the Bear Creek Music Festival in Grand Prairie, Alberta, and the last time I got to meet 10 Strings and a Goatskin was, do you guys remember the name?
Tunderfest in Denmark.
Denmark, and it was such a crazy experience. We were just talking about how I had a crap day, but you guys had an amazing performance.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
It was full.
That was the first time we'd ever played there. I mean, that was, we were surprised the tent was completely full. Yeah, it was really strange. We weren't expecting it at all.
Yeah, and you guys were like one of the first bands on for the whole festival.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we opened it.
Yeah. And then it was kind of strange because we'd done like the second number, I think, and people were like smashing their beer glasses down on the tables or whatever. And it was just like, we're not done.
Something else.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah. And at that time, I was telling you that like my show is normally for those over 30, but I gave complete exception to you gues because we're all Canadian.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that you're giving us another, chance.
I'm calling this the reunion tour. But the reunion tour just happens to be in my present hometown.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, great.
Yeah, so you guys are from PEI. I presently live in Grand Prairie, although I'm obviously still traveling around the world. And you guys have obviously been traveling around the world. So it was 2 years ago, almost to today.
Today, yeah, I remember that.
What has happened in the last 2 years?
Nothing.
A lot.
Don't tell me that. I've seen the new album.
I mean, we came up with a new album. We got a bunch of nominations for all sorts of awards across Canada. We got even a Juno nomination. That was pretty massive, and a crap ton of touring just all over the place. Did a lot of Scotland, England, U.S., Canada, and we finished off in France for a little while. It was beautiful. It's been a really busy year, but it's been a lot of great work.
And I know you've been touring around Canada, so tell me about Canada this year.
This is awesome. This is the first time that all of August we have not toured anywhere else other than Canada, which is, I think, the first time.
So yeah, it's the first year that we've been really working with the Canadian booking agent pretty exclusively, and as a result, we got to see a whole bunch of our country, which is absolutely amazing. And great experiences all around. Yeah.
So it's Canada's 150. And have you been doing all your touring on the ground or by plane, train? What have you been doing?
A mix of a lot of flights. Like
We pretty much live at the Toronto International Airport now.
Yeah.
We're starting to get noticed by like the people up in the airport. Like they know us, and they're like, "Oh, nice to see you again."
We're the guys who see all the cookies before we have to leave.
Oh yeah, that white macadamia nut is good. We're just like
Shameless plug for Air Canada. And if you want to book them, you can get a hold of them at, no. Maybe they'll make Air Canada make one of your songs their new commercial.
We'll see.
So in the last 2 years, you've been touring all over the world, and on top of it, you put out a new album. It's bilingual.
Yeah.
What was your last album like that, or was that a choice for this one specifically?
It was. They've both been bilingual. That's always been a pretty important part of our kind of creative process to make sure that our repertoire is both French and English, because it's kind of we're fairly equally French and English, all three of us, and we've had that kind of upbringing. So we want to make sure that comes to the forefront of our music.
Yeah. And the music videos. Tell me a little bit about them.
Oh, we made a cool music video.
A couple ones.
A couple cool music videos. Yeah, we about a year ago we worked with a man called Jeffrey St. Jules from Toronto and a man called John Burke, who is their cousin-in-law, for a song called Cole Not Dole, and that was our first real cool. Oh, we've done a couple music videos before that, but it was another.
It was the first one where we felt like we looked good.
Yeah, we bought a fog machine for it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The fog machine did it.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then last, I think it was April, we recorded a music video for our title track, Au Près du Point. And that was a lot of fun. We worked with Camilla Clarks, I think she's from Toronto, she lives in PEI. And it was a lot of fun. It was really, really cool. Yeah.
For that one, we actually hosted a great big party up in Montcarmel, in Prince Edward Island, where there's a really strong traditional community, and just had a bunch of people out in a shed and played music and just had a massive party and recorded the whole thing, and it was so much fun. Yeah, it was a great time.
An unplanned square dance, actually.
Yeah.
Broke up right now. That was the cherry on top.
Yeah. So that's what's been happening the last 2 years. Those are some of your biggest accomplishments. Is there anything else I don't know about right now that's a big accomplishment?
Oh jeez.
Caleb bought a motorcycle.
We were actually.
It was beep. You know what? You can say that on North of 35.
Oh.
Hey!
No, we were actually, we did a Canada 150 thing where we were actually flown across to Sweden to actually participate with 2 other Canadian artists in playing for the King and Queen of Sweden at a banquet in Stockholm, and it was a lot of fun. That was pretty cool. So we just come off this really, really long tour of the United States and then got home. Well, we didn't even get home. We just bought some new, nicer clothes because kind of the offer had come up while we were on tour and to go and buy nicer clothes to present to royalty, and then flew across to Sweden, and then we're there for 2 days, and then flew back home. So it was a mess, but it was great.
But what a better way to get to represent Canada. I mean, I think that was kind of like what brought us together in Denmark was this whole Canadian unity thing, and it was so nice to see somebody from Canada. It didn't matter. It didn't matter we're on different ends of the country.
Yeah, it's this great little bit of like, yeah.
And that's why it's been so great this year, getting to travel across this, like Canada itself, right? Because you want to go off to other countries and present as a Canadian, and it helps, really does help when you travel across our own nation. We meet all sorts of different people, we're getting a feel for the different areas, regions, and cultures. It's actually really amazing. So we just feel incredibly lucky about that.
Yeah. So the question last time was, what kind of attitude do you guys think you possess to do all of this? So has your attitude changed at all in the last 2 years?
Because it's gotten so surly.
Totally
pessimistic, awful.
I remember that question from last time. Actually, that was like my favorite question. My answer still hasn't changed. I think I remember saying it's hard to have a negative attitude when you're in this kind of environment, especially during the summer. You're always filled with adventures and good times.
I definitely think the traveling can really get you down at some points, especially when you're dealing with jet lag plus no sleep for 3 days.
I think you also said about hanging out with these two all the time. You needed the break too. Nobody's gonna be sitting bitch on the bike. What?
No one's allowed. But it's probably pretty much the same.
I think that we've all gotten a little bit better at understanding our limits, and that's been really good. Like 2 years ago, I think we were still operating on the enthusiasm of like an early touring experience, right, where everything was new and everything was shiny. At this point, I think we're understanding that although we still are very lucky to be able to participate in this market and have this job, that you do need to take care of yourself. And I think we've started, I think, individually taking a little bit more care of ourselves. I guess trying to get into different interests and keep up hobbies and reading and working out and stuff like that. Just so that your life is a little bit more rounded and balanced.
And what a perfect lead in, because I just had a magazine article that I wrote about self-care on the road, and I actually used the medicine wheel as my thing. So what are you taking care of in your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual? And if one part of that is broken, your wheel's broken.
That's kind of how we're dealing with touring right now. We're just kind of getting our feet on the ground a little bit with working through that. But it's been a great summer because of it. Because we've been touring since we were in junior high together, and we've always kind of been attached to the hip. And then we're starting to realize now, we don't have to book all our airline flights sitting together. So one person doesn't have to have the crappy seat every single time.
Tips of the trade.
Tips of the trade, I guess. Just like and really just taking quiet time and individual time and space that we need, but then also makes the time that we're playing together and performing together that much better. Because we're relaxed and we're grounded and ready to go. So it's been nice. Yeah.
Another tough question. How do you overcome the fear and negative thinking?
Oh, I remember that. That was my favorite.
They're all your favorite questions.
Yeah, they're all my favorite.
We don't. No, but we, I suppose just through having each other's backs and making sure that everyone feels all right after a show and that we're working together as a unit, I guess, and just through that kind of outlook and that kind of work ethic, it seems to level out quite well. Yeah, and no one really falls into any kind of major negative attitudes towards touring. Everyone has bad days. But we always sort through it as a unit, and it always works out.
Yeah, I think Caleb and I were talking about that the other day, actually, specifically. We're talking about like the role of the band in like on the road, and like what I kind of had ended up discovering through that conversation was that we are a band and we're playing together, but in terms of like the logistics of playing and touring and stuff like that, that all falls to individual responsibility, right? So practicing and being good at what you do on stage and fixing problems and all that stuff, and analysis and whatever after show, like that's all on the individual level, where you need to like preserve or the most important thing though for the emotional support is just being together as a group, and then like and not losing that, you know what I mean? That being kind of the primary thing. I think just yeah, exactly. Working to keep that at a level.
Kind of like your mission statement for your band.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little bit. Bros before. Bros before. Yeah. We're just bros.
And we still have that opportunity to give like so much amazing back to the world. So if you could give one piece of advice to the world, what would it be?
That was also.
Don't eat the lemon cake on the Air Canada flights.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh my God, you're talking like a piece of advice that can like benefit humanity. Like
on those transatlantic flights, you're landing at 3 a.m. and it's like
it will give you heartburn for like 3 days.
I thought it was the poppy seed problem.
It might be that. It's awful.
I think they have 2 kinds, and maybe they stopped doing the lemon loaf. But the lemon loaf kills.
The lemon loaf just it's the worst. That's a reflux. Yeah, that's mine.
That's your Canadian advice, or your world international travelers, because they're Canada.
Be wary of airline food.
Yeah, there we go. Be wary. You must have more genuine advice,
Actually, one that kind of applies to what we're talking about that we've all been taking more seriously or more to heart is, and everybody says it, but we really try and live by it. We're trying not to sweat the small stuff. Really, every day it's a new adventure. You can't dwell on things for long. It's because you're wasting your time and everybody else's time by doing it. So don't sweat the small stuff and stay positive is a big rule we're living by.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That'd be the actual one.
And don't eat lemon cake.
Air
Air Canada lemon cake.
And like they give you 2 meals, right? They give you 1 meal in the middle of the flight, and they give you the lemon cake at the end, and like a wrap, like a veggie or a chicken, a spicy chicken.
Yeah.
With a spicy chicken. It just compounds the problem.
Oh, poor Air Canada. They're not going to want you for commercials anymore. Like, oh, they trashed our lemon cake.
Because we love them.
And what are the future plans? Where do you guys go after Grand Prairie, Alberta? And how are you going to promote your new album?
We after this festival, we go back home. We have 10 days home, and we have one show back home. It's like one of 3 shows that we have on the island. And then for all of September, we're going to be touring in Rhode Island, Vermont, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and I said Wisconsin. Wisconsin? Yeah, probably. We're doing Midwest, basically, for an entire month. And then we have a symphony show on the 15th of October back home. Like
Prince Edward Island Symphony.
How's that? How's that gonna work? Because I can only imagine like you guys up in your acoustic and the drums.
Yeah, but there's like
and then this whole orchestra.
Yeah, playing our songs that it's still a work in progress. We're working with an amazing arranger. So that's gonna happen. And then we're touring England and going back to Denmark in November.
I was in Denmark last year and I'm still absolutely in love with Denmark. Like the people.
When were you there?
So cool.
I went the next year I went to Copenhagen. Yeah, and so like I've got nothing but good things to say about Denmark. The people are just so friendly. They're kind of like Canadians.
All right. That's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the same like
The same latitude?
latitude.
With the same attitude?
Ah.
Oh! And I think I should end there, of course. I want you guys to plug. How can we find you?
You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, which doesn't really use that much, and on Instagram.
But each of them have different names, so...
Instagram is Strings and Goat.
Yep.
Twitter is also Strings and Goat. Facebook is just 10 Strings and Goatskin, and we have a website.
And Spotify and iTunes and all the good stuff.
I mean, yeah, 10 Strings and Goatskin, pretty much the only band with that name. So I don't need to do too much sorting.
I am so happy to see you guys again. I know this is not the last time we're going to meet, so until the next time, thank you. Thank you for representing Canada in such a beautiful way.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.